What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Man, 2025 is really starting out just like the days it started out on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Like, what the F? Bruh, people are getting laid off left and right. It's spreading like the wildfire. And this layoff bug don't give a damn about color, gender, religion, race, black folks, white folks, females, males, Asian, it's just spreading all over the United States. And the people that's in charge, Elon Musk and Trump, man, they out here being savages, bro. They just taking people's lives. So I just came across a few videos and people are filming the actual layoff happening in real time. And it's pretty wild to see, man. So just gonna watch a couple of videos and deep dive into it a little bit. We're living in some wild times, man. You got to look out for yourself. So let's get to it without further ado. All right, I'm gonna link these individuals down in the description box below. You can go check them out on social media and see what they got going on. This right here, first one is Joni Ray. She's waiting for them to let her into the meeting, and she's about to get laid off. Let's go.
Waiting for them to let me into the meeting room. I'm pretty sure I'm getting laid off today. There are 3 other people that are supposed to be on the call with me and the CMO.
Everyone knows, we've been dealing with some pretty drastic changes in the business. As most of you saw, and I'm sure heard yesterday, we had to, shut down the teleservices division of the business, which was over, 800 people impacted by that change. And so that's a really drastic shift in the business. And unfortunately, it requires us to do the same from the corporate perspective. I want to make sure you all understand that this is, a widespread corporate action that's taking place today. Unfortunately, today will be your last day with the organization.
Due to the impact that this ruling has had on the business, it's a big impact, and at this time, we are unable to offer severance to any of the people impacted in this.
Thanks, Joni. I've really enjoyed getting to know all of you, and wish you all, the very best, and I hope we get to talk soon.
Well, that's exactly what happened. It's just sad. It sucks because I really like our CMO. And
man, you see what's wild to me, because a lot of people in my community always think that we get the bad end of the stick. And a lot of times we do. What I mean, we, the black community. But as you can see, this is happening to everybody. This is the typical blonde hair, green eyes, blue eyes, supposed to have it all, all the perks and benefits. And the way things are now, I don't give a damn who you are, what color you are, what gender you are. It has no barrier. It has no specific community that is attacking this layoff bug. It's affecting everybody. And on top of that, she's not even getting a severance package. And you can see the shock in her eyes and her voice. It's pretty damn wild to see in real time.
I don't know. It's just on to bigger and better things, hopefully. So any marketing positions, hit me up.
She is keeping a positive attitude. But, just seeing her in person, you would think, if you walked up to her in person, you'd think she'd have everything together, no problems, no issues. She's in America, and she has the look that leads to a lot of open doors, open opportunities, and she got hit with the bug. But let's continue on, man. Pretty crazy. All right, next up is Quartz Corner. Let's see what she's talking about.
Off, and I'm terrified. I started 2025 with some really big goals of wanting to pay off all of my credit card debt and also save up for a down payment on a house. And now the unknown is absolutely terrifying for what I can and cannot afford. Even if I make the maximum of unemployment, that's only about $370 a month, and that is not going to cover my expenses.
$370 a month. I want you to think about this. You working every week. You working at a job for months, years, and the unfortunate thing happens to you where you get laid off from your job and you go to the unemployment office and they only going to give you $370 a month. Now, I know it's based off of what your salary was, your income, and all that, but how do they expect you to live off $370 a month, bruh? It's pretty mind-boggling to me.
Expenses, my debt payoff journey, my savings plan, it can't do all three. I'm very lucky to have a decent savings built up, as well as have a husband.
Okay, so she's been being smart. She has money saved up, thank God. And I want to talk about that real quick, man. Listen, man, we got to stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. We need to take advantage of when you got a steady income check coming in, you need to start putting that money back for a rainy day, for an emergency. Okay, you never know what's going to happen. I work in the tech industry. This happened to me in 2023, right after Thanksgiving. I walked into the office, got laid off, completely blindsided, didn't know that was coming. But I had set myself up prior to that in case something happens. I have a buffer. I have a window. You know, to be honest with y'all, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, I'm not trying to brag, but I could have been without work for well over a year before I needed to try to get into something, before I started feeling the effects. But I had put back enough savings just in case something like that came up. So I'm saying all that to say this. Make sure you have your ducks in a row, man. Don't just be out here just spending money blindly and don't have anything in place, because you never know what's going to happen at these corporate jobs, any job. And, you know, even if you're running your own thing, you just never know what the future holds. So just keep that in mind. It's crazy out here, for real.
Husband who can also provide for us. But I was the breadwinner in our relationship, and so this will be definitely difficult going forward to see what we can afford. Funny enough, I knew this was coming in some way, shape, or form. I just didn't think it was going to happen as soon as it did and the way that it did. We got called to an all hands meeting in which we were told that our company was closing and that everyone's employment was being terminated effective immediately.
Wow. It's pretty crazy, but she kind of felt it was coming, so that's good. Even though it was bad, it's still good that she had some inner feelings that something like this was coming down the pipe.
I truly loved my job. I loved what I did. I'm proud of the habits that I have built in this low buy year so far. I know it's only month one, but I've done really well at not overly, shopping, spending money on things that I don't need. So, I want.
Smart. Just like I was talking about earlier, overspending, trying to keep up with the Joneses. You can't do that. Okay? You get paid. The first thing you need to do, and I tell this to my son, I tell this to anybody that'll listen. The day you get paid, the first thing you need to do is put back some money for an emergency. Before you pay a light bill, before you pay a cell phone bill, before you pay your mortgage or rent, you need to put back some money. You say, well, Chad, I'm not making that kind of money. You blow a lot more money than what you think. If you just sit down and write out everything, if you just sit down and write down everything you're spending, you'll be shocked on how much money you're spending.
I want to keep building on those habits and really are going to help me hone in on not overspending and saving as much money as I can in this time of the unknown.
So yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. So she seems to have her head on tight, on right, and her and her husband they got a plan, so that's good. All right, let's check out Shelby J. Brewster. I just got laid off from the company I worked at for 6 years, doing a job I love. Let's go.
Got laid off about an hour ago. I cried for a while, and I think the hardest part about it is I loved my job. I cared so much, but
I just want to stop right there. Look at her. She's an attractive lady. She's white. She's in America, right? You like I said earlier about the other lady, Joni. You would think, according to what people say and talk about, you would think she has it all made, right? Easy going, right? She has everything, life on easy mode. Like I said, 2025, Elon Musk, Trump, they don't give a damn. It's all about the haves and the have-nots. And if you're in the have-not bucket, you better keep your head on the swivel, because the layoff chopping block is chopping heads, and they don't give a damn about none of that color, gender, none of that whatsoever.
like knowing that you put your full effort towards something and then feeling like they decided it wasn't enough or it wasn't worth enough. Like right now, I feel just very like, not even undervalued, because I clearly am not valued, but like that all of my effort wasn't good enough, or it wasn't important, or it wasn't relevant. I got laid off today, and it's just,
Yeah, you feel totally undervalued, man. It's like, no matter how well you are at your job, how good you are at your job, how skillful you are, you feel this undervalued type thing going on inside internally. It's like, damn, I'm really nothing. And you go through that phase of feeling that way. But you have to snap out of it real quick, man, because life waits on nobody. You got to keep going. You dig what I'm talking about? You got to keep going. Just got to hold your head up, take the hits, and keep it moving, man. Because life is unfair.
I don't know. And LA is burning and their fires are everywhere, and I got laid off and I don't have a job. So like in perspective, it's not that big of a deal. There's other jobs, but it goes so much deeper than not having a job. So yeah, I don't know.
She's totally at a total loss. Don't know what to do, but she'll be all right. She'll pop back. Things will work out for her. So let's check out this other young lady, Carmen. Now, Carmen has an interesting story, I believe, because you remember when Elon Musk bought Twitter? He laid off everybody that was working at Twitter. She was part of that group. So let's talk. Let's listen to what she got to say. Let's go.
25, I'm gonna need a refund because this year sucks already. I just got laid off for basically the second time back to back. If you didn't know, I worked at Twitter and I got laid off when Elon Musk acquired the company.
Elon Musk.
Since then, I've been working at a like a content strategy agency type place as a director of strategy, and I just got laid off yesterday. It's surreal because I definitely didn't want to go through another layoff. Being laid off the first time was one of the most traumatic events that have ever happened to me, especially because it happened so publicly. This time was obviously a little bit different, but the company lost some clients, and now here I am without a job. It's hard not to reevaluate my life choices at this point.
Yeah, she's definitely going to feel some type of way being laid off twice. I don't know, within the last year or two. That's definitely going to take a toll on her mentally. She seems to be in good spirits, but on the outside, it's smoke and mirrors a lot of times. You see it all the time on social media. People always posting their highlights. They're never posting their lows. But it seems to be a trend now. People posting in real time, getting laid off during the meeting while it's happening, and then just expressing their feelings in real time for the world to see, so they can share that with everybody. But yeah, she may need to do some extra praying, readjust her life decisions, who the people she surrounding herself with, because it's happening too regular for her. But let's continue on, listen a little bit more.
I work in tech, and so I'm wondering if that's still what I should be doing. It's hard to feel like secure in a job anymore. It feels like those days are over. So,
Yeah, that's another thing, man. Even though she's in tech, like I said, I'm in tech myself. It doesn't matter what field you're in. Now, I will say this: there are a lot of opportunities in tech. So when you do get laid off, uh, you just gotta make sure your resume, make sure that you've updating your information every time you learn some new software, new hardware. Have that all updating your resume and keep your resume updated. Because when I got laid off, I was in a new job within 2 weeks. So I'm shocked when I see these stories about people going months and months and months and even sometimes years and can't find anything. I'm like, it's something about your resume, something about your charisma, the way you uh, present yourself. You may need to take some training, get some training in that, because it didn't take me long at all to find something different. So, but yeah, you just got to keep your stuff up to date.
I don't know if I should be in tech anymore or working this corporate life. I love the security of having a stable job, but um, that hasn't been the case for quite some time for me because it's just been so unstable in the industry. So um, I'm considering other options, obviously. I had a wild idea. I think somebody on TikTok said, hey, become an ultrasound tech. That takes like 2 years of schooling and then you're in. And I was like, sounds good to me. But again, I also really enjoyed my job doing marketing, strategy, working in the digital space, working with tech. It is fast paced and it's very exciting. So I honestly don't know what to do.
So yeah, man, she seems to be contemplating other options, going into a whole total different career path. She seems to be young enough to make those changes. You know what? You're never too old. You're never too young. Whatever strokes your boat. You got to do whatever makes you happy. My advice though, like I said, because I have experienced this firsthand, my advice would be to just always don't put all your eggs in one basket. I don't care how good a job seems. I don't care how stable it may feel. Always know that at any given moment that job can be removed, whether it's from your own doing or whether it's from the company's doing. Things happen. At the end of the day, it's all about the Benjamins. It comes down to the money. I don't care how much the company likes you. I don't care how much how close you are to your supervisor, manager, upper management. None of that matters. If the money ain't flowing in the way they see fit, they will make changes. And a lot of times those changes includes you. So just be aware of that. Don't be in there all freaking just fragile and unaware of what's going on. Know what's happening around you at all times. All right, let's check out one more. This is it's given Heather. Like I said, I'm gonna put the link to these people's social media in the description down below. But another, you know, attractive blonde, greenish blue eyes, green eyes, getting laid off. The people that you thought that would never happen to, it's happening all over the country. Let's see. Let's go.
Calendar. I feel like, and there's a bunch of them on this other lady's calendar. I hope I'm not getting fired. I will die.
She kind of feel it, but she's not sure. But it's coming. Yep.
I'm getting fired.
Shock. Complete shock. She never thought it would happen to her. And it's happening to her.
Oh my god, I'm getting fired. Hello.
Good morning, Edgar.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I asked, who I think you know, to join us for this call. She's our HR representative. we've got some updates we'd like to share with you this morning.
Okay.
So as you know, we have been working with to help us identify the best way forward for this last period of time. And while we originally believed that we would be integrating with, we've instead determined that it was best for us to refocus the agency to an independent agency. And in doing so, we've initiated a buyback of it.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, as you may know, the lack of growth and the decline in our client revenue has negative.
Lack of growth, decline in revenue. Like I said a few minutes ago, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how beautiful you are, how talented you are, how skillful you are, how much you bring loyalty to the company, corporation that you're working for. If the money is not flowing in for the company, they will cut your ass. Period. End of story. And you need to be, as an individual, as Jay-Z once said, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman. You need to carry yourself as an entity, as a business woman, as a businessman, because these companies do not care about you. You are just a number. And I work for a corporation, but I'm just saying, I always keep my mind and prepared for anything can happen.
Negatively impacted our business beyond what we can sustain.
Mm-hmm.
And it's forced us to make what are very difficult decisions to eliminate roles within the agency. And this includes the elimination of your role, making today the last day. Please know that it was a very difficult decision.
You know how it's funny to me? I know I keep pausing it, but it's funny to me how companies, they want you to put in a 2 weeks notice, right? Be professional, put in your 2 weeks notice. But when the shoe's on the other foot, they will cut you immediately. This is your last day. Today is your last day. Hey, you know what? Here's a severance package, or here's a 2 week notice that we're going to be letting your job go in the next 2 weeks. You know, it's that whole saying of it's okay when I do it, but when you do it, it ain't okay. That whole kind of thing. It's pretty crazy out here how that works, right? Let's continue on.
So she can take you through some of the next steps. Email meeting up shortly. And once you get the chance to review and look everything over, please let me know, and I'm happy to answer any and all questions you may have.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Heather. I wish you the best.
Thank you, you too. Bye.
Bye.
I got a random meeting.
So yeah, man, it's crazy, bro.
Bye.
She is, that look on her face says it all, bro. Totally terrible situation. Like I said, this is happening all over the United States. These companies are cutting people. You see it in Internal Revenue, IRS, people getting fired. DEI, people getting fired. Like it's just a rampant rampage of firing going on, and you gotta keep your head on a swivel, man. You gotta be prepared for any situation. You can't just be going in this stuff blinded, right? Unaware, not knowledgeable. Your awareness has to be on 10 all the time. All right, man, that's gonna be it for this video. Comment down below, man. Let me know down below. Have you experienced this? Like I said, I experienced it myself. Share your story with us down in the comments, man. But yeah, make sure, man, to go check out these people, man. Like I said, I'm gonna put all their social media links down in the description below. All right, man. Y'all be safe out here. That's gonna be it for this video. Make sure to like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time we upload new content. And we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George. I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse.